Hello, 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 and welcome back to the RAVA podcast, where we explore everything that connects us. My name is Abel, and I am your host, and I am on my way home. I just spent some time with my boyfriend and his friend, and it was such a lovely fucking time. We were watching Traders, and that show has me fucking pumped up with anger. This latest season is such a commentary on America and the state of this country as we know it. It is horrible. If you hear background noises, it's because I am driving. I am taking my ass home to make wonderful, disciplined, and productive decisions. It's very difficult to stay disciplined in a world that is filled with distractions and only aims to distract and take your attention. And here we are. But nah, seriously, go watch Traders. I think it's season 4 right now. I'm not sure. It's the one where Monet Exchange is on, and they voted my girl out this last round of episodes that they released, and so heartbreaking, and truly the show is a lesser version of itself without her there. However, the drama persists, and it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. And apologies for the quality of my recording. It's significantly different because I am recording off my phone, and I'm doing my best to go off the cuff whenever I feel passionate about a subject, because otherwise I won't get any of my work done if I'm over here always preparing and just not moving forward. I have been pondering, ruminating on this idea of finishing things. There has always been this story in my family, and maybe this is something that I have self-imposed as the narrative of my family, because it has been something that has been handed to me from my beloved aunt. I believe it was when I was on my way to college. I remember her telling me to try to finish my degree, because the narrative, the pattern that my family has is that we don't finish anything. I really felt like it was something that I had to do to make sure that no matter what, not only finish my degree, finish everything that I put my mind to. Tie a beautiful little bow on the things that I have accomplished. And it has haunted me ever since. Over the years, it has been something that I have struggled with. The constant worrying about whether or not I'm gonna be able to put a pin and finish what I started. I wondered if I was going to be the one to break this generational weight, and if I was going to take myself forward and overcome those challenges of never finishing anything. I wonder if it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy. I wonder how many of my decisions have been based on that fear of never finishing what I started. You see, it's interesting the things that the adults in our lives say when we're growing up, and how they may intend to provide a sort of beacon to guide us back to ourselves, which I'm sure was the intention. But in the inverse, it has brought so many anxieties about not amounting to enough. And I'm not saying that this was the sole source of that, but like so many things in your childhood that stick to you, sure, it has added a great deal of weight and burden on my shoulders, on my consciousness. In many ways, it's fed my need for a perfect finish, a perfect process, and being scared of being a beginner. And to be fair, I was never taught to be a beginner. I was taught that if I did anything wrong, there were consequences to be suffered. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You know, it's the truth of what I've lived. It's the truth of my childhood, and I understand now that truth really does allow for a more peaceful life. So my question to you is, how many things have you left unfinished? How many projects have you started? How many career pivots have you undergone that all go without finishing, that all go without fully realizing themselves? And is it that big of a deal? Should we be allowing ourselves to leave projects or endeavors unfinished? And what is the balance there? How many of those projects are important to us? Do we know what's important to us? Do we know ourselves? A lot of the topics, the themes that we will explore, really want to answer that question. How am I treating myself in this situation? And can I treat myself more lovingly, more patiently, give myself more grace? And how do we explore the deeper parts of us that we're keeping hidden from ourselves? Finishing my degree was something that became super important to me. I changed my major once from culinary to a biological degree to study medicine, because medicine science is something that I'm very good at. It's easy to understand concepts that relate to the world around me because, What I seek to do is to understand myself and the world that I'm living in. Science has been such a lovely tool to apply to this reality. Becoming a scientist of sorts, someone who works in the medical field, has allowed me to really have a clear perspective on life in ways that I don't think I would have if I didn't have the scientific method to help me put some logic behind what I'm seeing. It did cost me though. That degree cost me a lot of self-worth. The academic sphere, no matter how brilliantly you're able to survive, and I didn't. That's not a commentary or a compliment to me and my journey here. But no matter how brilliant you are, you always feel just a little insecure about what you're doing, about how you're learning, and about how you're applying that knowledge. You see, my degree was something that hung on to my spirit until I was finally able to finish it. I had a hard time in culinary school. I was certain that I wanted to become a pastry chef. Boy, when I got into those kitchens and I realized that it wasn't as fun as just cooking in your own, and that it was a place where hellfire can find you anywhere you go. Wow, when I realized that, I knew it was time to go. And if you know anything about me, as you get to know me, you realize that I will always decide to do what's best for me. And if I have to leave a room, if I have to leave a space, it's time for me to do so. And so that's exactly what I did. From culinary school, I went to finish my degree in biological science. I found myself falling in love with the application of the sciences to my learning. It was easy. Now, getting those grades, not so easy. I barely scaped by with a decent enough GPA to graduate, but I did it. I even took an extra year of school in order to make sure that I was able to get my degree. I was no honor student in college. I struggled a lot. There were a lot of health issues, but finishing was something that I really had to do. I had this sense of pending disappointment if I didn't. There were things that I didn't communicate to my family, and I hid from them so that I can feel like I'm doing my journey on my own terms and it doesn't have to be perfect. But at the time, I just thought, I need to be good enough. I need to finish this. I don't want to be like the rest of my family. I don't want to keep from being successful, which is such a crazy thing to put on yourself. It's something incredibly difficult to put on the shoulders of a young adult. So I kept moving forward, and through illness, struggling because I didn't want to be on campus, and I didn't have an ability to make friends in ways that I have always wanted. I'm someone who loves to connect deeply with people, and when I call you a friend, girl, it's ride or die. I don't take those words very lightly. So I finished my degree, I kept a step in, and like many things in my life, I didn't look back. But it's important to look back every once in a while so that you're able to reflect on where you are and where you have been. I've put away my past in so many ways. I have let my past go. I have wanted nothing to do with it. But in today's episode, that's exactly what I want to explore, what I want to know, what I want to learn about me. I don't want to put the pressure of finishing something drive me crazy with anxiety. I want to move on. And if something doesn't feel like it's in alignment and it's not bringing me joy, I don't have to finish it. I can leave it be. I don't have to put that pressure of finishing something that is literally killing me in this version of my life that I'm living. I am instead prioritizing the things that bring me joy. It will create within me someone stronger, someone more resilient, and someone who finishes things. I'm also someone who leaves things behind. But what I'm finishing, what I'm crossing the end for, are the things that light up my heart and bring me the most light, the ones that bring me balance, the ones that help me understand my darkness so that I can overcome them. I hope that today, dear listener, you're able to give yourself the grace that you deserve, that you're able to move beyond your childhood narratives that hold you back, those that prevent you from being great. I really do hope that you have gotten a little tidbit, a couple gems here and there from this episode. Remember to subscribe wherever you are listening to this podcast. Please share with a friend. It'll help me out immensely. It'll help me understand that the work that I'm putting into this is worth it. And it costs you nothing. I will talk to you next week.